Hello everyone, Dekzeh here, back with another narration for the CALLOUS Invitational. I have here for you a match from the losers bracket, so whoever loses here will be eliminated from the tournament. And we have Kerts, Brazilian player, at the bottom, and McMeghan at the top. I don't think he needs any introduction. Funny thing is, both players lost to Italians on the first round, with McMeghan losing to Tricken and Kerts losing to Umbri. But yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into this game. We see a Snorlax lead on Metagross, so we gotta figure out if you wanna risk a counter from McMeghan's side. The Snorlax could be... probably has Explosion, probably has counter. Not a very common lead, but it's in play for sure. And we see the reverse swap. Metagross switching in, and Snorlax for Roro. Nice Earthquake there on the switch. We can presume that this is a choice band Metagross from Kerts and a defensive leftovers protect one from McMeghan. So McMeghan definitely switching out into Celebi, that's expected. Definitely some offensive squads from both, as we see Gyarados revealed as well, and a Tyranitar. So yeah, definitely two offensive squads. Gyarados not particularly common, but not that rare either. As we see a Snorlax switching onto Tyranitar, I guess you would expect a Curse here. You do. Claydol, not the most obvious switch. I guess he was anticipating an Earthquake and that Metagross or Tyranitar. That explosion did numbers. Is that a choice band Claydol? I'm gonna say that was a choice band Claydol. There's no way a Claydol explosion should be dealing that much damage to a +1 Snorlax. As we see die to Sand, so they just trade and McMeghan gets the initiative, and we'll see another explosion. Yeah, so two trades, Claydol and Swampert traded for Metagross and Snorlax. So Kurt's defensive backbone is kinda gone on his offensive squad. I mean, he still has a Snorlax and a Metagross. It's not like he has a frail team. Tyranitar will also take hits. But two rock resists gone, which... I mean, I guess he still has a Metagross. I'm just trying to think what could McMeghan's final mons be, and what could Kurt's final mon be. I mean, I think it's safe to assume that Kurt has to have something in the back to not get 6-0'd by Heracross. So a Salamence would be very fitting, maybe a Gyarados of his own. And as far as McMeghan, this definitely looks like a Magneton team, and then the rest could be a bunch of different stuff. A Tyranitar Dragon Dancing late game from McMeghan could be really scary with the Claydol and Swampert gone. But honestly, the same thing applies, right? If you're assuming this is a Magneton from McMeghan, sorry. Then Kerts, Tyranitar, and Metagross both look kinda scary. I guess we'll see. Let's see Metagross switching on Gyarados. We know that this is Choice Band. Does he just explode it? Does he Rock Slide? He doubles to Snorlax, expecting the Magneton. That was a really good play. I think he was actually expecting the Magneton there, right? Because he didn't want his Metagross to get trapped, didn't want to explode it. And he body slams the Gyarados, getting the paralysis on the switch. So really well played by Kerts there. And this is a matchup that Snorlax is winning the 1v1. McMeghan just tries to get some damage in, but it doesn't look like he has much for the Snorlax. It really does not look like he has much. And we see a Tyranitar, so that... I mean, the Snorlax could do a lot of things here. It's a lead, so we gotta think. Lead Snorlax normally runs Explosion, I mean Self-Destruct, could run Counter, could even run Focus Punch. And McMeghan is just not in a safe position to Dragon Dance here. I guess if you don't have Focus Punch, you just explode and then have your Metagross, leave a +1 hit and kill. Yeah, I don't see how McMeghan could be winning this one. I think you just have to go Magneton on the presumed explosion or self-destruct and play from there. But then you're never finding time to set up this Tyranitar, so... And we do see a Focus Punch and a Dragon Dance. That's gonna kill even at -1, right? Yes. That should just be GG. The Celebi here should not have any ways of breaking through. the Magneton definitely doesn't have any way of breaking through. We see the self-destruct now, so anti-lead Snorlax doing a lot of work in the late game. You love to see it. And the Celebi is also just gonna get exploded. So very fast-paced boom offense by Kerts and a traditional Magneton offense by McMeghan, which just didn't have the best matchup here. And to be fair, Kerts played really well, not letting his Metagross get trapped at all, not giving the Magneton any value whatsoever. Cool game, 1-0 lead to Kerts. You think we could see McMeghan dropping out 0-2? That would definitely be his worst performance in a CALLOUS Invitational. Anyway, let's just jump right into game number 2. We see a Regirock into Tyranitar. What does that even mean? I mean, I've used Regirock before. I like Curse Explosion. It could be a Choice Bender as well. We see McMeghan switch out into an Explosion. So that was definitely Choice Band Regirock there. That's interesting. Okay. I like where this is going. And we see Metagross staying in on the Skarmory to mash for 25%. I don't like that as much. Oh, and we see a Claydol. Okay, so I guess I like that a little bit more right now. But he switches out on the Drill Peck. Just doesn't even spin. He just wants to spam mashes, which I guess is okay. And a Salamence coming up right now, so definitely some very offensive, like physical heavy hitter spam with Choice Band Metagross. And presumably Dragon Dance, Salamence, and Choice Band Regirock. So kind of similar to his Game 1 squad. McMeghan switching up a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how this goes. Goes back to Metagross on... Okay. This is probably an even matchup here. I think McMeghan really needs to preserve this Gengar because Gengar just tends to have such a good matchup against those offenses, especially with spikes down. So how low is the Skarmory? I guess the Skarmory just dies if he gets an attack boost. And he probably doesn't have any other good Metagross checks now that the Swampert's dead. So he could just go for the Will-O-Wisp here. I don't think Fire Punch would kill from this range, but maybe it would. But he just goes Skarmory on the mash, and he does get the attack raise. So the Skarmory will just die here. He just gets Drill Peck Chip, which may be relevant. What's the follow-up? Tyranitar. Does Earthquake kill? Wow. McMeghan probably calced that Drill Peck into Earthquake range and just assumed that would kill. It was so close. But the Metagross hangs one at 1% and kills the Tyranitar. This looks like a really good position for Kerts, but this Gengar tends to have really good matchups against this type of offense. We see a Tyranitar now, so probably a Dragon Dancer if I had to guess. We see the Taunt on the Dragon Dance. Yes, exactly. Oh, but this doesn't look good for McMeghan still. We see the Hypnosis hitting, but it's Lum. Do you have to just hit it again? Do you taunt it? I think as McMeghan you just have to Hypnosis again. That was a very lucky dodge, but he taunts on the Rock Slide. I guess he just gets swept if the Tyranitar gets the Dragon Dance going, but it's Destiny Bond, okay. So I guess this Gengar was never putting that much work. He traded for the Tyranitar, but Jolteon is not gonna do much against the Claydol. We see a Salamence from McMeghan, which probably 1v1s this Claydol, and you don't want Claydol to lose too much out because there's a Jolteon in the back. We see the Claydol stay in, and it just explodes, so I assume Kerts knows what he's doing. I know he just has something that easily beats the Jolteon, as he does reveal the last Mon Snorlax. Wow. It's insane, because this kind of team by McMeghan tends to have good matchups against this type of offense, but I guess the Gengar just didn't have any moves. It was a Taunt Destiny Bond set, and the Jolteon got hard walled by the Claydol, and the spikes did nothing. And the Regirock really was the most clutch of it all by exploding on the Swampert turn 1, and we see McMeghan being eliminated. 0-2 from CALLOUS Invitational, definitely his worst performance in the tournament. Wow. Wow. I mean, he was definitely a player that could have just won it all. It just shows how stacked this tournament is. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this narration, and I'll be back for more later. Goodbye.